Hey everybody, it's Lauren at Holy Shift. So the question was, I have a huge stomach split known as a Diastasis Recti, and I've been doing a lot of work on my alignment, but it's not closing. Should I do core specific work? Yes, you should definitely be doing core specific work. This person who wrote the question is at a very basic level. So I want to show you moves that you would do from a very basic level to then build yourself up to a much stronger level. The first move is on our hands and knees. You've probably seen me, if you've been following my work, you've probably seen me do this a bunch of times. But you come onto your hands and knees, a neutral pelvic arrangement, meaning your booty is untucked but your ribs are drawn in. So you're not just hanging out like this. You imagine that you have a birthday cake with 90 birthday candles on it. You take a breath, inhale, and as you exhale, out of your mouth, you slowly blow out all 90 birthday candles. Very slowly, slowly, slowly. And as you do that, what you want to feel is your abdominals tightening inwards. Don't force the contraction, but notice how your abdominals tighten, especially at the end of that exhalation. You want to exhale all the way to the end. Another way to do that is to lay on your back with any sort of a support under your head, to imagine that there is a dandelion in front of you and you want to blow it all out. So you're going to inhale and exhale, blow out the dandelion. All the way to the end, all the way to the end, all the way to the end. And again, you'll feel this reflexive tightening in your stomach. That's exactly what you want. And the next move is called reverse marching. I love this move. So that's the first step that you would do, is you would work on your breath. You want to work on your breath. You want to work until you can feel that reflexive tightening deep in your abdomen. Once you can do that, you know you're ready to move on. So the next step is you're laying on your back. You have neutral pelvis, meaning that your two hip bones and your pubic bone are in the same plane as each other. You are inhaling, and as you're exhaling and blowing out the daffodils and feeling that reflexive engagement, you want to lift one leg up off the time at a time. So when I lift my leg up, my hips want to shift off. I'm exaggerating, of course. But I see a lot of people doing this, and they're like, well, I don't feel anything. Well, of course you don't feel anything, because your hips are moving everywhere. So I want you to feel like someone has taken super glue and glued your sacrum, that's the bone right above that your tailbone is connected to, glued your sacrum into the floor. You can't move your hips front, back, side, side. Keeping everything still. Don't use your opposite leg, and then do your reverse marching. Once you've gotten good at reverse marching, where you are not cheating, you can then take it into tabletop, where as you come into tabletop, you are not bulging your stomach upwards. So as you come into tabletop, you're not doing this to your stomach. Look at me, that's not cool. That is staying connected, contained, controlled. Your feet can come here, and you're working on that. You can do that move with a block, a book, a half roller under your hips as well. A lot of people find that it's much easier with a block or whatever underneath your hips as well. So those are the first 2 or 3 moves I would do. The next move is standing up. So the next move that you want to do is a goddess pose, coming into a nice wide goddess. As you come into goddess, make sure that you're not dropping forwards and your knees are not doing this. You really want to be moving your butt back behind you, and the weight of your body is primarily in through your heels. And as you come down into goddess, you lift one arm up. Okay, it can be slightly bent, it doesn't matter. Exhale, as you side bend to one direction, imagine that someone is pushing you out of the side bend. Whoops. So create resistance in your body as you're there. So you're not just hanging out here, right? You're really actively resisting it. You come up, you exhale, and you go the other way. And as you're in it, you're continuing to breathe in that way, and you're feeling like you're resisting being here. I can do this again and feel nothing. I'm very passive. I'm kind of hanging out in my body. I'm just like dropping into the easy place. And I'm asking you to imagine that you're in like a jar of maple syrup, or you're in a jar of concrete, and as you're coming into it, there's a lot of resistance. Now, when you're resisting it, you're not doing it with your neck and shoulders, right? So don't start resisting with everything but your core. So from here, another move that I really like is the same idea where you're just twisting. Same thing, I can just twist side to side where I feel nothing because I'm moving everything around. I'm like floppy, right? I don't want to be floppy. I want to be stable and grounded. And as I'm going side to side, I'm stable and grounded, and I'm feeling my whole core is activating for this, especially the obliques, which is what we're targeting in all the side bend and the twisting is the obliques, which will help to bring your connective tissue back in, right? The connective tissue in a diastasis has separated from the midline. And the last move that I love to teach, I mean, one of many, right? When I'm teaching a beginner, I'm teaching her or him. I have many male clients with a diastasis. So it's a lunge position, and you're getting nice. I'm in a very small lunge because I have a wall behind me, but if I were to show it to you from this position, I would be in a comfortable lunge. You're finding neutral pelvis, which means again that your pubic bone and your two frontal hip bones are in the same plane. So this is not a neutral pelvis. You can see why my pubic bone is behind my hip bones, and this is not a neutral pelvis. Most people won't do this, right? The tightness in this back leg pulls you into this position. So really get a nice neutral pelvis. You know, lift your arms up. You're gonna bring your palms together and inhale, and as you exhale, you twist and chop. Now, if you have stability problems in your leg, you don't have to be in a lunge in the back. You can put your back heel on the floor. But don't be in an in-between place, right? So I see a lot of people with their heel off the floor and the foot is all fakakt, for lack of a better word, right? So the foot is no longer either on the floor or straight back behind you. So choose one, and you're exhaling and chopping. Once again, creating that pretend resistance. So if I were to show it to you from the front, my lunge is short right now because I have a wall behind me, but I would inhale, exhale, twisting and chopping. The twisting and chopping is from my chest. I'm doing it from here. I am not doing it from my arms alone. My arms are following my chest movements. So I would do about 5 on each side. So if we're going back to the beginning, the candles exercise, you want to do the candles exercise, about 5 of them. Laying on your back and doing the reverse marching, do about 8 of them total, so 4 per leg. And then if you're coming into tabletop and trying that, the tabletop where you're not bulging, you want to stay there for anywhere from, you can actually try it about 5 times, holding it for 3 or 4 breaths, where once again, each breath you're feeling yourself connect in. And then coming up for the goddess work, you can try 6 side bends to each side. And for the lunging, you can try 6 chopping to each side, 5 or 6. Don't just do one. Okay, I did it. If you want to see things changing in your stomach split, it will take quite a few months of this kind of work. You really want to start with being able to connect to the feeling of your transversus abdominis, and that can only happen by working with your breath. So let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care.